If you, Aquarius, need to accomplish something and rest and restore, it's best if you are active before the 15th and then take some time off after the 15th. I will explain why in a bit. December in general is a good time to rethink your ideas about what kind of future you'd like to live in at some point in your life, or your approach to building a social network of, people you are connected to. You may get great work-related ideas if you do work on them, but you don't have to finish working on them just now. I am Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not necessarily believe in astrology, but who love hearing their monthly horoscopes. And I am saving my strength to do the 2026 forecast. So this is a shorter than usual, minimalistic, chill forecast for December 2025 for Aquarius. And we start with Venus. Right on the 1st of December, it is entering Sagittarius. Sagittarius is an incredibly important sign this December. It rules your area of social networks, social connections, your tribe, the people you know, not your really close friends, but more like people you know, people you are connected with, people you are interacting with, who give you a general idea of how things are done, what is common, what is frowned upon, what is possible, such things. And Sagittarius also rules your ideas about the possible future, your hopes for the future, your fears about the future, what you think is possible for you in the future. Those two themes are interconnected. Your community kind of defines what you feel is possible for you in the future, and what you are aiming for in the future, your goals, your ambitions for the future, would also kind of define which people you choose to include into your social circle. So Venus is going to be here since the 1st of December, and it will help you in building, forming, maintaining pleasant social connections with people who will be instrumental in getting you to the future that is pleasant. And Venus will also help you form ideas about the future that will be attractive and motivating and rewarding, which those ideas will also tell you which people you need to befriend to get there. Venus moves into the next sign of Capricorn on the 24th. Now, planets that transit through Capricorn are not as easy to interact with for you. You can do it in secret. You can do it in your dreams, in your subconsciousness. You can do it when you fantasize or when you generalize, when you use them not for yourself, not for your own life, but you enjoy them in the world in general. So after the 24th, you would be able to see the beauty in life in general, in great nature, great art, but not in something you can actually, buy for yourself or wear or something. It's also not the Venus in Capricorn, that will help you to charm somebody. So starting from the 24th, do not try to be especially attractive. Do not put too much effort into pleasing someone. The return on investment is not going to be great. You can try to be more attractive and you can try to be more charming before the 24th, especially when it comes to building, maintaining social networks, social connections. Before we continue, until the end of December, I am offering short, affordable, surprise welcome private readings where for 15 to 20 minutes, I talk about something in your natal chart or in your transits or progressions that I find the most interesting. This is the surprise part, the fact that I am choosing the focus of the reading. They cost 65 euros a piece, and this is what people who already had a surprise welcome reading for themselves say about it. You can book one for yourself following the link in the video description. They're only available until the end of year. So if you'd like to hear what I find interesting about your astrological makeup and situation, there is no time like now. And back to your forecast. There will be a full moon in Gemini on the 4th/5th, depending on where you live. Full moons show us how we're doing in this or that area of life, so what we have achieved, what the situation is, what the circumstances are. Gemini rules your area of creativity, pleasure, joy, fun, games, romance. So all of the things that we engage in actively that bring us joy. Well, full moon is going to show us what your current sources of joy are, how easily you engage with them, how large a part of your life they are. The thing about Gemini is that very soon, in the spring months of 2026, Uranus, the planet of revolutionary change, unexpected plot twists, is going to enter Gemini. It spent a couple of months in Gemini in the summer months and September. Then it retrograded back into Uranus. So in the spring months, it's going to enter Gemini for good, and it will help you revolutionize this joyful area of your life so that your sources of joy are authentic and original and unconventional and feel like truly yours. So if you are missing that feeling that my sources of joy are really mine, it will come. So use this full moon to kind of like observe the state of affairs right now in how you create joy, and know that it will change, it will become more original, it will become more authentic, more yours. It also concerns your creative expression, especially if you are an artist. It may be a little bit disappointing what you see at first in the first week of December. Know that it's going to change. You will become more original, you will become more creative. You will be able to surprise yourself. So a large topic of November was Mercury retrograde. It entered Sagittarius, then it turned retrograded back into Scorpio at the very end of November on 29th or 30th, depending on where you live. It stopped its retrograde, it started moving directly. So in the first 10 days of December, Mercury is moving in this direct direction through Scorpio, and Scorpio rules your whatever you do in your most official role. It's usually career, professional role, family status, migrational status, academic status. It could also have to do with our reputation, mostly professional reputation, and also our relationship with the state and with our bosses. This area, the final degrees of Scorpio, has been incredibly active, influential, important in October, in November. It's also important now in the first 10 days of December. And whereas in October and November, it was more about asking questions, more about introducing topics, introducing problems maybe. Now, the first days of January, or the first days of December, is about finding answers, is about finding solutions, is about finalizing things. Mercury here is forming a lot of supportive, productive, good aspects with other planets. So if there's something in your professional life, in your official life that you want to accomplish and that you have been working on, and that was probably maybe problematic or didn't quite work in October and November, it will work now. So even if you are considering dropping it, do not drop it. Give it another try. This time it may actually work. Then right after that, on the 11th, Mercury moves on. It enters the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, like I already said when I was talking about Venus, rules your social connections and your ideas and ambitions and hopes about the future. So Mercury here will help you to verbalize the ideas and hopes about the future that are more current to who you are now, and to also connect to people who may help you get there. And there is another planet that's also in Sagittarius in December, or like in the first half of December, and that is Mars. Mars entered Sagittarius already in November. Wherever Mars is, it's bringing drive, energy, motivation, sense of urgency as well. So you may already be kind of active socially and also in thinking about the future, in exploring your options. Use this energy. So like be socially active, be very future oriented, think about the possibilities, the opportunities that you have. It can also make you fearful about something in the future that you want to avoid. If there is something like that, use this fear as a source of energy, motivation. Everything that can be used as energy should be used as energy. And fear is also one of those things. Do not try to get rid of the fear. Try to employ it as basically an energy bar. After that, on the 15th, Mars moves on, enters the next sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is the sign where planets are a little bit hidden from you. If you're thinking about taking some time off, if you're thinking of going on a holiday or just staying at home, doing nothing, rotting in bed, on the couch, like I am doing now, the second half of December and most of January is the time to do that. So taking time off is good. Taking a sick leave is also possible if you can afford it, of course. The time that Mars spends in Capricorn is the time when you're supposed to relax your decision-making muscles, basically. You're supposed to just go with the flow, do only what's necessary, not lose too much energy, take it easy. Finally, there's a new moon in Sagittarius on the 20th of December. This is a fun new moon. Again, Sagittarius rules your social circle, social network, and ideas, ambitions you have about the future. So the new moon can be used to both set some goals around forming a better social circle and also developing some new inspiring ideas about the future. This new moon is happening right next to Venus, so in setting goals in both of those areas of life, you're supposed to look for something that pleases you, that actually feels rewarding, that you would actually be motivated to do just because it's so nice, it's so pleasant or beautiful or attractive or even glamorous maybe. But this new moon is also influenced by Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and Pisces rules your area of private finances and resources, like in general. So another important issue will be, can you afford it? Or is it going to contribute to you being able to afford more in the future? Then there's also an aspect between Jupiter in Cancer and Chiron, which is an asteroid in Aries. Not an extremely important aspect for you, Aquarius, just because it's in signs that are not very important for you. Also, one of the main characters here is an asteroid. Aspects that involve asteroids are not as influential, but this aspect that's active all throughout December can be about finding some solutions, finding some information, finding some wisdom that can improve your intellectual labor, but also your day-to-day activity. So if your day-to-day activity is like creating some intellectually viable, I don't know, texts, ideas, contents, this would be about your job. Or it could also be about how you use the ideas that you find to make, for example, taking care of your health more smart, efficient, effective. So to sum it up, this should be a social month for you. This should be a future-oriented month for you. It should be aspirational. You should use the energy that thinking about the future is giving you, whether it's positive or negative. And then, as the holidays approach, think about cocooning and slowing down and taking it easy and giving yourself a break. And I wish you to enjoy the process.